everyone, and welcome back. You already see we have a very special guest today. We have Tatiana Smallwood, New York Giants. I feel like you're the New York Giants version of me. I'm the Eagles version. You know how Drake was like, ex-girl, she the female version of me? I feel like if y'all looking for Giants content, y'all looking for Giants content creators, definitely go check out Tatiana. She's heavily on TikTok. Also on Instagram as well. Tatiana Sierra on TikTok. Tatiana Sierra on Instagram as well. But check her out. Very, very fun, energetic, entertaining, and informative Giants content. So check her out.
I would like
let's
to say
go ahead.
Because you are living a very lifestyle. I, on the other hand, very sad.
Well, I have some things that I had to mourn too. We'll get into it. Not as heavy as y'all. So let's go ahead and start with the big elephant is an understatement. Dinosaur in the room. Did you see this? Did you expect Saquon Barkley to be going anywhere this offseason, or did you think he was coming back to the Giants?
To be honest, I only had a 50% confidence that he was going to stay with us. I definitely thought that he was probably going to go to the Texans or the Ravens. Those were like my two biggest guesses. Out of all the 32 teams in the NFL, I never, ever would have thought that he would have went to the Eagles. Like, that is really what caught me by surprise. Like, I understand the business side of things. I understand it was smart for him to do that. I understand the Giants made a smart decision by not wanting to pay the running back. I get that. However, it was just the team that he chose. Like, you could have chose any other team except for Dallas and the Eagles. And you chose it. Like, why?
So you wouldn't have been as upset if he went to Washington?
Nah, I'm sorry. Washington, I still don't really even count them in our division for real. I feel like they just there just because we need a fourth team. Like,
I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about y'all.
That's crazy. That is so crazy that you like worse than the Commanders, you feel?
I feel like when it comes to like my like dislike for the teams in the division, like it obviously starts with Dallas, and then it's the Commanders, and then it's y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, so you dislike us the least?
I dislike y'all the least. So I'll be forgetting about y'all. Look,
I'll take it.
But also it's because of like that Eli Manning. Like, I like the Manning, so I like the Eli Manning. Like, I wasn't rooting against y'all when y'all had y'all little Super Bowl runs. Like, I wasn't hating. You know what I mean? Like, Washington fans, as you know, they got a mouthpiece, real raunchy. Same with little boys. But I don't get that vibe from y'all. So
you know what's
hate that you hate us, because I don't feel the same way.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, I said I hate y'all the most. With everybody. Like, to me, now that we have like going through this offseason, it was always Dallas. Like, I hated them the most. And then, like I said, Washington has always been kind of irrelevant to me. So I've never really like paid too much attention to their fan base. But now, after all the transactions that Howie has come up with in the past few years, the blood has been boiling up and up and up. And now it just reached the peak. So now I've considered Eagles fans as literally one of the worst fan bases in all of the NFL.
I hate that. Hate that. I hate that.
Except for you, my girl. You like the only one.
I'm still part of the pack. You just say that because I'm right here, okay?
You know, no.
So let me ask you, how did you react to him saying in the press conference? Somebody asked Saquon in the press conference, they were like, how does it feel to be on the other side of the rivalry? And he was like, well, I never experienced winning on the Giants, so I didn't even really consider it a rivalry.
Well, I mean, he was there when we beat y'all last year. So, well, in 2023, when Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions at MetLife Stadium, he was there to witness that. So I'm not really sure exactly. I can see where he's saying as a whole. As a whole, yes, I understand. However, like, at the end of the day, unless we're facing each other in the NFC Championship game, And it's like, you got to worry about more people than just us. You got to worry about the Niners. You got to worry about Dallas more than you got to worry about us. So either way, whether you're on that winning side or on the losing side, either way, you got bigger problems than us, buddy. So if beating us is going to make you feel happier, then sure. But we're not the problem.
So are you keeping your Saquon jersey, or what you gonna do with it?
Girl, that's a good question. I haven't done anything with it yet. I will say that one of my best friends bought me a custom Giants wine bottle for my birthday last year, and it had Saquon's number 26 on it, and it had my name on like the back of the jersey. And this was all on a wine bottle. The other day, I took that wine bottle and I smashed it up against the wall. I threw it, I just chucked it. I was just so like, I was having a day. And then like, I was looking at the bottle and I was like, 26? I just threw it. It just shattered everywhere. This was like outside. So nobody got hurt. But the jersey, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do.
You gotta keep the jersey, bruh.
I don't know, bruh. I just really don't know, because I keep Odell Beckham jerseys, right? I have a jersey from him with the Giants, with the Browns, with the Ravens. I just don't have the Rams one. But like, I've never had a reason to not want to continue supporting Odell. So I collect his jerseys. And with Saquon, it would have been the same exact way. If he decided to go to the Texans, I would have been like, all right, bet I'm getting me a Saquon jersey with the Texans. If he decided to go to Ravens, I would have got a Ravens jersey for Saquon, because I'm a very loyal person. If I tell
you could get a Saquon Eagles.
Girl, you know I ain't getting
I'll send you the code.
Girl. The most I can, I can't. The most I can do is, wear like a little green, maybe like a green shirt. But as far as getting a whole Eagles jersey, that's dead.
You could get like the split jersey where you can have like the Saquon Giants split with like the Saquon
Eagles. You're trying to get me beat up at MetLife and at Lincoln Field. That's what you're trying to do. That's crazy.
But definitely keep your jersey, because he's still a Giants legend at the end of the day.
Okay, I have a hot take, but I do think that Saquon ruined his Giants legacy by doing this. Like the Hall of Fame talk with the Giants, the Ring of Honor with the Giants, like all that stuff is dead. Like he literally killed it by him doing that move. And I can't see our fan base still embracing him the same way. Like when Saquon comes to MetLife, he will be booed. He will be booed. There will not be oh my God, Saquon, we're so happy to have you back. Like he will be booed by all of the fans.
Oh, so now y'all sound like us. Okay. Y'all sound like us now.
Who did y'all treat like that?
No, you know how we have the they'd be like, oh, Eagles fans boo players or whatever. Well, they get mad because we boo our own players, but
oh yeah. I mean, so we've been doing that for years too, though. We used to boo Daniel Jones all the time. We love Daniel Jones. So
I don't know why we get so much hate for booing players. Like,
I think that for us, we be like, we usually go 4-11. So it's like we're booing because we are genuinely tired. And I feel like sometimes like y'all had a really bad streak towards the end of the season, but for the most part, like I know that Eagles put y'all through a lot of hell through games, but y'all still come out with a W. So I can maybe see why they're like, why are they booing so much? We still gonna win at the end of the day. Giants fans, we boo from the first quarter all the way to the fourth quarter because we know we're not winning. So it's like, once we see Daniel Jones with them 2 turnovers in the first quarter, yeah, it's go time. Get them vocal lungs ready because we booing.
So do you feel like paying Daniel Jones is the reason Saquon couldn't say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the Giants definitely wanted to put priority on the quarterback position, which once again, as a GM, as an owner, that is the smart thing to do. However, what I think the Giants messed up was our quarterback and our running back situation is different from many other teams, where a lot of the times, you have a Patrick Mahomes, you have a Joe Burrow, you have a Jalen Hurts. That is the heart of the team. That is the main reason why the team is winning, the offensive production, like everything runs through them. for us, our entire offense ran through Saquon. He was the heart and soul of their locker room. So, you know, when he was out, when he was injured, you've seen other guys wanting to step up for him. And so you can't treat both of them as if they're any regular quarterback and running back. And the Giants management decided to do that. And now this is where we are. Thoughts? Let me hear your thoughts.
I mean, Daniel Jones had his little flashes and whatnot. I didn't agree with dropping that big bag on Daniel Jones, but I could see why some teams feel pressure like to lock up these mid quarterbacks, because even finding a mid quarterback is hard. Like, even finding like just an okay quarterback is hard these days. So, like, I could see why they felt pressured into, okay, we've seen some good from Daniel Jones. Let's go ahead and lock him up, because it could be so much worse. But the amount of that contract was just outlandish. And I feel like the fact that it was basically between Daniel Jones and Saquon, and they chose Daniel Jones, that was outlandish. Now, if there was no Saquon in the picture and it was just like, the only thing to consider was Daniel Jones, then fine. But it's the fact that y'all prioritize Daniel over Saquon. That's crazy to me. When Saquon, like, I get it. It's quarterback. It's harder to find than running back. But Saquon has proved so much more for y'all than Daniel Jones. So,
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I also look at, you know, the injury history too. Like, Saquon has battled injuries, which y'all will see. They don't. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. I just got to be honest about it. But you know, now Daniel Jones this past season, neck injury, ACL, like, next season, I have no idea the kind of quarterback that we're going to get from him. I just don't know. And I think that this year, Daniel Jones, if he doesn't step up, he's done. This year, we can opt out for 2025 to not have him on our on our roster as our quarterback. So, Daniel Jones, this is a prove that you were worth the money. Honestly, if Daniel Jones has a spectacular season, he limits the turnovers, he's hitting guys down the field, he's not taking pointless sacks, like, if he's doing that and he carries our team, which obviously we don't have much hope right now on our offense, but if he carries the team and turns momentum around, I think that they will end up giving him the rest of his guaranteed money for the next 2 years. But if he doesn't, this will be his last $40 million year.
So when we talk about the injuries, yes, the injuries. First of all, I was surprised. So when it came to Saquon, I saw, like, maybe a month before free agency, like, rumors here and there that we were interested in Saquon, but I wasn't buying that much into it because, again, I thought that was outlandish, and we don't usually, like, invest in top running backs. So when I saw those rumors, I was just like, swipe, scroll. Y'all know what y'all talking about. Scroll.
Right. So what was your reaction when you saw it happen? Oh my God.
So basically, kind of what happened was, like I said, I saw some people, like Eagles content creators and some like Eagles sources, were saying for about a month that the Eagles were interested in Saquon. But like, I wasn't really paying that much attention to it because I'm like, okay, sure, we're interested in Saquon. So it was already on my radar. So it's not like I woke up and I'm like, it came out of nowhere. It was already like on my radar a little bit. I just wasn't buying into it. But once we did not pay DeAndre Swift, like once DeAndre Swift signed with the Chicago Bears, I was like, okay, we have to sign Saquon, because if we don't sign Saquon, we're going to end up with nothing. So like once DeAndre Swift signed, I was like praying, like, okay, you better have a plan. And then we got Saquon. I think it's going to be so like weird. See, the thing about Saquon is because of the Giants. But here's my thing. Saquon is somebody who's like, I feel like he's somebody that like kept to himself. Like he was
in the locker room?
Not like in the locker room, but like he's like like the kind of person, like, you know how like Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson, they're like all out there. Like I feel like Saquon was just kind of like a chill, laid back guy. Like he never really said anything out of pocket. Like he kind of like just kind of showed up and go to work type of guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like he's always been a positive influence, always a leader, which once again, which I'm sure we'll go into more, but which is why the whole Tiki Barber interaction really surprised
Right.
me. Like really surprised. Like I was like, damn, you've been in Philly for 2 hours and you acting like that. Damn, don't they switch up so quick? Cause you ain't never like
I didn't even know what Saquon's voice sounded like until he came to Philly.
like I'd never seen him have beef with pretty much anybody
Right.
in the league. So to see him now have an issue, it definitely made me think that there's more to the story that when it comes to Tiki Barber than we know as just average fans, because from what I saw between them within the last few years has always been genuine support. Like it seems like Tiki was always genuinely supporting him. It seemed like he was always cool with Tiki. There was a lot of interactions, videos of them together, pictures of them together. Tiki always shouted out Saquon on Twitter. It seemed very, very just like peace and rainbows. And then now, you know, Tiki, from my perspective, says a joke. Oh, like, you're dead to us now, Saquon. And then he said it pretty tongue in cheek. And then next thing you know, Saquon's like, you know what, you're fake and you never. I'm like, whoa, there's something else that we're not seeing.
I love the drama though. Like people that don't follow the NFL, I'm like, outside of just the football game, like it's real life drama. Like it'd be so entertaining. But did you see Ryan Clark responding? And Ryan Clark was like, Tiki Barber been a hater.
Yes.
So that made me think like maybe Tiki was fake. And Saquon's just chill. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna take, like, I know you fake, but okay, I'm gonna go through the motions. But then once he stepped out of line, Saquon was like, you always been fake.
Yeah, it was definitely real interesting. It was like, okay, so I'm gonna put it like this. It reminded me of like you're with your, because Saquon is really tight with RC too. So like Saquon has been on the pivot, I think multiple times. You know, seeing RC and Saquon talk, you know, RC just values Saquon really highly. So for me, it's like, it's me and my homegirl, and she got, you know, like this boyfriend that she's been with for years. And then now they break up. And I'm like, yeah, you was never shit for her anyway. Like, you
look,
know,
we never liked you anyway. The friends never liked you anyway, right?
So I definitely think that RC is being defensive over Saquon, but I do think that, you know, with RC being in the business and knowing the ins and outs of the players in the game, he probably has seen some stuff as well.
We're gonna see, because Saquon's starting to talk now. I like him quiet, you know. I like quiet Saquon. You know, hopefully he don't do too much talking, you know. But I hope the injuries had something to do with y'all field, because you know y'all field, that turf, like a lot of people have had injury problems on that turf. So I'm thinking hopefully the positive in me is like maybe him staying hurt is having to play 8 games at MetLife
yeah.
a year.
Yeah, that's been a big issue. There is an update. It won't be fixed this season. So, but however, you know, with the World Cup coming to MetLife and the final of the World Cup is going to be at MetLife, they have no choice but to fix that turf and to change the grass. So I do think that thankfully the World Cup coming here will end up working to our benefit in the future.
And hopefully all the other teams, because we have to go over there and risk getting injured on y'all little field. So thank you, World Cup.
Right.
Force and change.
Whoever it is.